Hello, I'm Elizabeth Webb, guiding you through 4 purification breaths as your yoga lifestyle coach. This breath purification set includes alternate nostril breathing, breath of fire, belly whips, and horse mudra. Let's begin by joining along in the 18th episode to make sure that our shoulders are relaxed. And if you want to erect your spine, think about your abdominal muscles and pull your abdominal muscles in. Rest your chin just a pinch downward because I want you to think about the back of your spine elongating all the way to the top of your head. And then lift up your shoulders as hard as you can. Lift them up as high as you can. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale and relax the shoulders down. Look at me. So lift your shoulders up and watch me. And drop the hair. One more time. Deep breath in. And drop those shoulders. Yes, beautiful. So we want to make sure that the physical body is relaxed so that we won't be caught up in one of those distractions that I read off earlier. Because if we can have the physical body, just move around, shake it out a little bit. Make sure that your physical body, okay, I'm going to be relaxed like this. So your physical body now is relaxed. Okay, so once it's relaxed, then, yes, close the eyes to eliminate any further distractions. Let's look back to episode 16 to receive a very thorough teaching of alternate nostril breathing. Right away, we're going to start off with an alternate nostril breathing. And we're going to use our right hand, my right hand, and we're going to think about what each finger represents. The thumb represents our higher power. The index finger represents self. The middle finger represents emotion. And the ring finger represents love. And the pinky represents intelligence or knowledge. So if we're going to do an alternate nostril breathing to aid the left and the right brain hemispheres, then we're going to take the thumb, our higher power, and let's begin. And we're going to place it on the right nostril. Now we want to take ourself and the emotion and get them out of the way. We can rest them to get them out of the way, or we can fold them down to get them out of the way. Then we're using love and the knowledge of how this breath work works with our higher power. So thumb on the right nostril, and I'm going to be using my left hand counting using sign language just to keep track of. Inhale to the count of 4 and hold your breath to the count of 2. Release the thumb and exhale as slowly as you can to the count of 8. Inhale through that right nostril to that count of 4. Hold your breath for the count of 2. Release the ring finger and the pinky. Exhale as slowly as you can using those strong abdominal muscles to the count of 8. That finishes one round. Let's do another one. Let's do one more round. Nice deep breath in. That left nostril to the count of 4. Holding your breath. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. To the count of 2. And see if you can keep your eyes closed as you're exhaling through that right nostril to the count of 8. Inhale that right nostril to the count of 4. Squeeze, hold your breath, 2 counts. Release the left nostril. Exhale, nice and slow to the count of 8. There, alternate nostril breathing. Oh, now I am calm and balanced. Now, let's jump into my 6th episode, where I invite Hector to join me after we've completed a partner yoga routine to do one round of alternate nostril breathing. All right, thank you so much, Hector, for a wonderful episode of partner yoga. And
Pleasure.
it is so exhilarating. So let's calm ourselves down a little bit with alternate nostril breathing. Will you join me?
I would love to.
Of course. Thank you. So let's take our right hand, whether you're left-handed or not, we use our right hand. And 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down. Place your thumb on the outside of your right nostril. You can place 2 fingers on your third eye or just rest them down. Take a deep breath in through the left nostril only. Then hold your breath, close off both sides of the nose with the thumb and the 2 small fingers, and then release the thumb and exhale. Take a deep breath in. Hold your breath. And release the exhalation out the left side. And that finishes one full round and a wonderful practice.
It was. And it
Yes.
is a very good way to just balance everything and bring the breath of life into balance.
Yes. Namaste. So keep following along with this TV show to gain benefits of this entire set. Or feel free to remember what you've just learned and practice these breathing techniques to enhance the quality of your life. Moving on to our second breath within these 4 is the Kapakabali, which in this interview is about the breath of fire. Give us more energy. So when I wake up in the morning, I do different types of breath work, and one of them is called Kapakabali. And I remember my yoga teacher telling me, instead of having a cup of coffee, practice a Kapakabali. That's a hard Sanskrit word for me to say.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so that's in our language, it can be interpreted as the breath of fire. And I'll just demonstrate that just rather quickly.
Cool.
Oh boy, and that just gets that oxygen in a very natural way compared to a stimulant. So that's an inside natural.
So are you breathing in?
I
It
was
looks like
breathing
you were
in and out.
real fast.
Very fast.
Real fast.
Yeah, and to learn it, it's easy to think of a like a dog panting. But then you do that with your mouth closed through the nose.
Okay. I'll try that at home.
Okay, fair enough. Which can be done after relaxing in child's pose. I am attuned to my vision. Yes, I am attuned to my vision, having the brow point pressing onto the earth is so helpful in grounding but yet heightening us into the realms of the heavens of our spiritual experience. Now, let me encourage you to memorize breaths and incorporate them into your life as meditation. Exercise your memory with other tasks. Another reason we don't have to engage our memory, we don't have to use our memory skills like they did thousands of years ago, I think it's due to our internet. Whatever we want to know, without memorizing it, we just look it up again and again. No matter how we choose to use the brain, our mind needs a rest. Did you know dreams don't even allow the mind a rest? Meditation is important, not only to rest the mind, but to identify with our true nature and to let the adrenals get a break from overacting thoughts. Yep, overactive thoughts stimulate the adrenals. I can't help it. It's just the way I am. These are all big excuses for not being disciplined. Mental practice is necessary, for meditation takes us to that place deep, deep within us. Let's learn the third breath, belly whips, or otherwise called fire wash. To take a deep breath in for a cup of coffee, try the breath of fire. So in the Sanskrit language, breath of fire is kapakabali. So try doing kapakabali instead of having a cup of coffee. So when we do this particular breath work, we want to think about breathing in and out at equal breaths. When we have our breath in equal lengths, it keeps the body balanced. And this breath of fire has so many wonderful benefits. It's great for the nervous system. If you're tired, it can kind of give you a little boost, just like, coffee gives you that little boost. With the other benefits is if there's any problems with the liver, it's very helpful for the liver. It cleans the blood, and it's just an overall natural stimulant. It gets us in touch with that intuitive space within us. And when we think about doing the breath of fire, to begin, it's a good idea to count your breaths and just try doing 30 of them. And that way that has a calming effect on the mind as well, because then you're focusing by counting your breaths. And breath of fire, so contraindications for the breath of fire would be if you have high blood pressure, heart or lung disease, vertigo, epilepsy, stroke, hernia, or ulcers. If you have any of those contraindications, then this show is not for you. But when we think about doing the breath of fire, we can try to do it for 1 minute, or like I said, at least 30 pumps. And we think about doing it within rounds as well. And another contraindication if you're on meds, if you're taking medication, if you do this breath work 3 rounds for 3 minutes each time, it has a detoxifying benefit. So if you're on meds and you don't really want those detoxified from your system, just don't do 3 sets of 3 minutes each time. I would suggest 1 minute 3 different times, and then you should be safe. But let's say deep breath in, and then feel the abdominal muscles abruptly, fast come in. And then let the belly relax outward. So we're focusing on the exhale, and then let the inhale happen. So we're forcing the exhalations. You know, normally when we think about breath work within yoga, we're always thinking about, I don't like the word force, but we're always thinking about forcing the inhalation and then kind of relax for the exhale. So this breath of fire comes from the Kundalini type of the style, Kundalini style of yoga. So what that means is we're putting forth some force within our practice, within this breath work. And we're putting the force on the exhalations. So let's try that again. Take a deep breath in. Think about your abdominal muscles. And then relax for the in-breath. Think about the exhale. Can you see my belly muscles coming in for the exhale, going out for the inhale? Cut. With our first round, we're going to do this for 1 minute. And let's begin. Thank you. So take a deep breath in. Now after doing that for 1 minute and then taking another deep breath in and out, woo, if you're feeling a little lightheaded or like you gave yourself a little high, welcome to the world of yoga. So a natural high, but no, literally. If you're feeling a little woozy or a little dizzy after only doing that for 1 minute, well, then what I would say as a yoga therapist, that probably means that either you weren't taking enough air in and pushing it out forcefully enough, or you were doing a wonderful job at it and you detoxified yourself. And anytime we detoxify our body, we feel the effects of lightheadedness, a little dizziness. When we clean ourselves out, yes, we get a little lighter. All right, so now, because the other word for this is skull shining, and if we're literally shining our skull, take a deep breath in, equalize the breath. Yes, because if we're literally shining our skull, then we're getting that benefit of tapping into our intuition. We're getting the benefit of our enlightenment by opening the crown chakra. So we did 3 rounds, and we could call that 1 set. And we can do 2 more sets of this. You can do this breath of fire at any time. I do this in the car often. When I'm cooking in the kitchen, I'll be doing the breath of fire. Anytime I need a little pick-me-up, I'm doing the breath of fire. And you can do this in the bathroom. Like when I wake up in the morning, and you know, the first thing we all do, I know, is we brush our teeth. And then after we're done brushing our teeth, I like to do the neti pot. Hey, someday we'll have to have a show on the neti pot. And then after the neti pot, I'm definitely doing the breath of fire, you know, just to make sure I've gotten all of the water out of the sinuses. And to do 3 sets, well, 1 set with 3 rounds, and each round would be 3 minutes long. Take a deep breath in. 3 nice big deep breath in. Make sure your body is equalized. Having done a whole set of 3 minutes, 3 different times, that's quite aggressive. If you want to be even more aggressive, rewind. If this is a video that you're watching, rewind and do this 1 set of 3 rounds 2 more times. If you really want to do a aggressive detoxification. And if you're watching this as a TV show, then you could look for this to watch it again, either at Watertown TV or at Assisted Yoga, our sponsor. Pull it up and watch this episode for as often as you would like to bring more purification into your life. Okay. Oh, today, instead of horse mudra, let's finish this set with the bumblebee breath. But if you want to know how to take all of this energy that we've created and send it up into the heart, up into the head, opening the crown chakra and stimulating the pituitary gland for spiritual enlightenment, let me know that you have this desire to learn the horse mudra. And contact me, reach out to me through my website, our sponsor, assistedyoga.com. I think the name of this 4th breath in the purification set called the horse mudra, I think it's called the horse mudra because of its stimulating effect on the pituitary gland. Because if we think about the pituitary gland, which is located in the middle of the head, it's inside of a bony box that looks like a saddle. So let's check in at the end of a laughter yoga session, and we'll finish this session with the bumblebee breath. It also gives us a chance for ourselves to see into us. So we're going to take our 5 fingers and close off our 5 senses. And I just had to wear this shirt because it's got bumblebees on it. And we're going to do the bumblebee breath. So let's take I'll walk you through this, our index finger, and let's just close off the sense of touch. And then we're going to close off the sense of sight by putting your middle finger towards your eye. And then close off the sense of smell by putting your ring finger near your nose. And then the sense of taste by putting your other finger near your mouth. And let's see if we can get all those fingers in place.
Wonderful.
And then
Put myself in the
our
eye. I think.
elbows can become the bee wings.
Okay.
Yes. We have one more sense left, and that's our thumb.
Hearing.
And so we're going to use the thumb to close off
Here.
the hearing by pushing that flap over the opening of the ear. So let's get into place, and now we're by ourselves. Our eyes are closed, and we're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to hum like a bumblebee. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Make sure your lips are closed, your teeth are not touching. And just notice how you're feeling. Thank you for taking time to purify yourself, opening up your spiritual centers. And thank you. Namaste.